the animals.
Yeah, New Year's used to be my favorite when I was in my 20s
Did it?
and even late teens. Yeah, it was my favorite
Wow.
holiday, and I'd get totally wasted. And I was telling Jenny that recently, and she's like, "You want to get wasted again this year?" I'm like, "Nope,
Nope. Thanks.
no thanks."
What's your favorite holiday now?
Good question. I think it's probably Christmas.
Mine's Halloween.
Yeah, do you go? You were the Statue of Liberty this year, right?
I was the Statue of Liberty, and I had a great time. What can go wrong with costumes and candy? I mean, it's an
Yeah,
excellent holiday.
it was fun for me this year because Nico, it was like his first. Really, he was really aware of it and everything, and he was a little Dalek, so that was cool. With his plunger, which he then proceeded to carry around for 2 weeks after that, just the plunger. And I had to tell everyone it hasn't been used. It's okay. He wanted to take it everywhere he went. Okay, so let's get into some Walking Dead related stuff. I want to make an announcement. I've been talking about doing an event before Walker Stalker Con in San Francisco. This is not fully set yet, but I'm working on it, and I'm going to tell you guys what the plan is, and then hopefully by our next episode, I'll be able to confirm this. But the plan is to have what we're calling a barbecue. So we're going to get some barbecue out there at Fort Mason where Walker Stalker is. It's Friday nights beforehand, so it's January 30th. We're going to get some barbecue, and we're working on getting Lawrence Gilliard, a.k.a. Bob, there, and also Andrew J. West.
Awesome.
So cross your fingers. It'll be, some kind of mystery meat that we'll be serving. We'll see.
So, and maybe something for you vegetarians.
Maybe,
We'll
yeah.
see.
We'll have to, hopefully the food truck will have something. But, I mean, vegetarians will eat human, right? No, I'm just kidding. Then we're going to do...
Roadkill.
Okay,
Roadkill.
so this, I wasn't going to tell you guys this, but I want to tell you because it'll be, whoever Walking Dead cast listeners plus other people who just know about Walker Stalker Con, but I want you guys to be in the know of what's going to go down so that you'll be prepared. So what we're going to do, hopefully, is recreate the trough scene from episode 1 of this season. So we're going to have a trough, and it's going to be a trivia. So we'll need volunteers to come up and get on their knees. I have a Nerf bat that I have right here that I bought for Karen to hold.
Go on.
And then we're going to ask you guys questions. And if you get it right, you get a prize and you get your freedom. And if you get it wrong, you know what happens.
Throat slit
That's
by
right.
Nerf bat.
So I hope that sounds as fun to you as it does to me. And it'll be a separate ticketed event, but it'll be pretty inexpensive. We're thinking $10 or $15, and that there'll be a discount for you guys. So it could be as little as like $5 or $10 for you guys. It'll be a blast. And then we're going to do a live Walking Dead cast podcast that you guys can all be there for. And some of you might be able to be a part of it. So it should be really fun.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
It's going to be good. Otherwise, well, today's episode, we have a Deadcast Top 5 double feature. I've been wanting to do, just kind of goofy Deadcast Top 5. So we've got our top 5 favorite characters from Walking Dead and why. And our top 5 things that zombies are probably thinking.
Okay, let's do it, man.
Attention shoppers, Deadcast Top 5 in 5, 4, 3, 2.
All right, which one should we do first?
Let's do our top 5 favorite characters and why.
Okay, you go first.
All right. So my first is probably fairly predictable.
Wait. This isn't your very favorite, right? It has to be your 5th favorite.
It is my 5th favorite.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
My 5th favorite is Glenn. Now, in the past, I probably would have made him my number 1, but he slipped down slightly because they haven't really he's been sort of put away to the side a little bit. There hasn't been a lot of Glenn-centric episodes, but he's phenomenal. I love him. He's had a lot has changed since season 1, and he's still brave, and he's still the guy who, volunteers for dangerous missions, and he puts others ahead of himself, and I love that about him. And he loves Maggie, so that speaks well of him. He's just wonderful. So that's why. And also, he's kind of a badass. Remember when he was in Woodbury tied to a chair and he still managed to kill a walker, even though he was tied to a chair? That's awesome. Badass, right? So, he's pretty great.
He's pretty all-around great guy.
Yep. And he slugged Abraham, even though I love Abraham. I love that he was able to slug him. He wasn't afraid. He has no fear. He's great. So, he's pretty much can do anything.
I'm surprised he's that low on your list, actually.
Part of that is I didn't give a lot of thought to rank on the list. Part of it is I thought of him first.
Okay. But it does make sense what you said about him not having much to do lately. Mm-hmm. I saw him in New York at Walker Stalker Con, and I was like, hey, you got to come on the show. And he goes, well, I wanted to wait until, the second half of this season, because there'll be more to talk about.
Oh, good. That's great. Yeah. Yay. All right. He might make his way up the list.
Yeah, exactly. I'm looking forward to it. Okay. I thought, I never really thought about this before. It's good time because we're 5 years in and or 4.5. And we've really gotten to know all the characters, and there are many to choose from. There really are. I just went to Wikipedia and looked at the list of all the characters past and present, and my list is, from least. They're in reverse order preference. So my 5th favorite character, and this was kind of a surprise even to me, is Shane.
Shane? Yeah. Really? Yeah. Interesting choice.
Because I don't really like Shane that much. There are things about Shane that I like, as a person, like if he was in my life. But on the show, he just was the wrench in the works, and he added this energy, this tense energy, like, oh, he's going to fly off the handle. Kind of like a lot of characters in Romero movies do, where you're like, oh, that guy, if he wasn't there, things might go okay, but something's going to mess up. Now, other times he saved the day, so it wasn't that black and white. I'm painting him out to be kind of a bad guy, and he had his good qualities, which also made him kind of interesting. He wasn't just a pure bad guy. And I don't know, there's just something about the way that, what's the guy's name? I forgot his name. John Bernthal played him. He's an energetic guy, and there's some electricity on the screen when he's on the screen. So I thought he added a lot to the show. I'm still glad that they had the balls to kick him off or to kill him off when they did. But he's the character that I most think, I wonder how he would deal with this, ever since he's been off the show.
Right. Wow. He hasn't been on since season 1.
Season
right?
2. He died in the very end of season 2. Yeah. So we've now had more Walking Dead without him than with him.
That's weird because he was such a big part of the show. It's so strange to think about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's your number 5?
5, yeah.
All right. My number 4 actually is Bob Stuckey. Now, Bob Stuckey might be a surprising choice because he actually wasn't on the show.
I'm not surprised.
Really? Yeah, because I did love him, and I loved all over him last season too. Yeah, Lawrence Gilliard, is that how you say his name?
I think so. Yeah, Gilliard.
Lawrence Gilliard. Boy, I love that actor. There's something about him that's so compelling and sweet, and he's so great. Anyway, I love that. He's a complicated man who died with some secrets. We still don't know what happened to the last 2 groups he was with. Mm-hmm. And
why he was the last man standing in both.
Yes, exactly. And he had some big time problems. He was an alcoholic and made some bad choices, but he's
very
a complicated
bad choices. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. He's definitely a complicated character, but I like that. And I also think he was, part of that. He found his redemption and he found his peace. And I have a lot of love for positive characters, and he had a lot of positiveness about him. And he wanted to sort of spread that around. And any scene he was in, he seemed to steal and bring a little sunshine to it. So, yeah, and I love the final scene with him and Sasha. So there it is, Bob Stuckey.
I liked him too. I loved how he ended up being so peaceful, even though he started off as kind of an agent of chaos.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And I also like that even in his death, he was sort of laughing his ass off because he knew he was going to turn.
That was a great scene.
It really was.
He did it so well.
Loved it.
He's good. So yeah, I'm going to miss him.
Yep.
I hope he comes to our barbecue.
Me too.
Okay, my number 4 is a newer character, Gareth.
Really?
Yeah.
I like it.
Because I know there's a lot of characters that you might think would be on my list before Gareth, but it's almost like the James Dean syndrome with him. Like James Dean only did 3 movies and then died, and so he became this legend. And I sort of feel like that a little bit, like Gareth, like, oh, there could have been so much more. He had such potential, and what little he did was so great in a lot of different ways. I just love the way he played the part. I loved the little bookend scenes in the season premiere where he was so distraught over what was happening to his family. And it didn't make me totally buy in that they would become cannibals that lured people into their trap, but it still made the character seem really interesting. Like, man, this guy has been through so much, and he just played it. So it was really cool to see him be so distraught, and then like, we're going to get him, but shaken up about it. And then later on to contrast that with him with his clipboard, just being Mr. Cool and not, it was like nonchalant about slitting these guys' throats.
Yep. You got to account for the bullets, people.
Yeah, come on. Hold up. and then just, later on where he's eating Bob's leg right in front of him and giving him a little speech. Every scene he was in, I thought he was phenomenal. The whole scene where he told them all to get in the train car, Archer, Samurai.
Yep.
But this might be one of the reasons too why he sticks out so much to me. He's been in some of the most just greatest scenes lately, and the most like holy shit scenes.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, so
you're right.
Like
that was. Mm-hmm. Oh, wouldn't it be great? It's gonna be. I really am keeping my fingers crossed we get both Bob.
I know.
Fingers crossed.
And I have another surprise, but I won't even tell you guys this one, but it's going to be really good if they can do it.
Yay. All right. So my number 3, I think we're on 3 right now, is a tie, but they go together, sort of like salt and pepper. Abraham and Eugene.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of one without thinking of the other. Those two guys.
They're sort of a yin yang kind of pair.
They really are. Mm-hmm. They really are. And Rosita too, but a little less Rosita and more.
They're kind of a gang.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And out of the trio, Abraham and Eugene really stand out. Michael Cudlitz and Josh McDermott, fabulous actors. And Abraham, cool and funny, and he's sort of an alpha male, and he's a military guy, and he's got a lot of problems, but he's so compelling to watch. God, I love that guy, especially him interacting with Josh McDermott playing Eugene, who's got the crazy mullet and the weird sort of vocal tics, and he's really fun to watch. They give him great lines. So between the two of them, I any scene that they're in is a scene I want to watch.
All right, very good. My number 3 is Glenn, who I like for different reasons now than I did before, or maybe some of the same, but he's, gotten more mature, and because of that, he's lost some of the characteristics that I liked about him in the first place, which was that he was kind of bumbling and awkward.
Yeah.
And I miss that. And he still has a little bit of that.
A little
which
bit.
is great. Like when he, like, didn't he like shoot a mannequin recently or something? They still try to preserve a little bit of that, but I like him for the same reasons that you did, pretty much, that he's an honorable person and he's, strong but not arrogant. And he's just a good guy. He's a solid guy. And if, of probably at this point, if I had to pick any of the people to be with in my group, I think I'd probably pick him right now. Maybe Michonne, actually, but they'd be close.
Yeah, I might pick Michonne because I think Michonne makes slightly better choices after Glenn went into the crazy tunnel of zombies. I thought that was a terrible choice.
That was just one of those things to heighten the drama. But yeah. I guess, yeah. He did it, so yeah.
Yeah. The fact that he forgave Tara, it was so sweet. I mean, you want a guy like that. He could see where she was
coming from, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Empathetic and loyal. Those are good traits to have. But
I will be glad if what he hinted at is true, that he gets some meatier storylines. I think he's going to, because it's been, a bit overdue for him. So I want to see him be put to the test in the second half of this season. Good. Yeah.
I want to see that too. Hello, writers. More Glenn, please. Okay. My number 2 is Michonne. And I think she is the most badass character of all of them. She's unbelievably skilled. She's true warrior. And she's also funny, and she's got, now that we know more about her, this last season and a half, her character's really blossomed. They gave her lines to speak.
She has an ease about herself, like a quiet humor.
Yeah, exactly. And I love her relationship with Carl. It's so sweet.
Yeah.
You get the feeling that she's also really protective of him. And you get the backstory about her being a mother, and she lost her son. And so now she's got a new family, and I just love her. She's probably the number one character that I would want to pick in the zombie apocalypse. Would be me and Michonne.
I don't blame you.
I'll be back here, Michonne. I'll just follow you. You just do what you need to do.
So you're going to be like Lori said the women should do, and do the cooking and stuff. Only Michonne's.
No, I will do whatever Michonne wants.
Whatever she tells you to do.
That is the right answer.
You can chain me up and walk me around. Okay, cool. My number 2 is the zombies.
Oh, yeah, I guess they are characters.
I don't know. We can say whatever we want. It's our podcast.
That's awesome. Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah, so, when we started out this show, we didn't know anything about how it was going to be, and I was excited because I wanted to see the zombie movie that never ended. And it's had some phenomenal zombie moments, but like this recent episode when they burst into the church, or they were chasing Gabriel through the forest, that's kind of what I was hoping for. More of that. I guess more Night of the Living Dead style zombiness. And we haven't seen as much of that as I hoped we would when the show started. I still love it, and I think there's been some amazing zombie scenes, but we haven't seen as much of that as I hoped for. But I don't care anymore, because now it's become more about these characters, and also just this study of humanity in this really dire situations, and how far will you go, and what hard choices can you make, stuff that I didn't think too much about when the show started, but it's really rich territory, and they do such a great job with it. But even so, the zombies are still my second favorite character. So meh.
Yeah, the zombies are really the whole raison d'etre that we have, The Walking Dead. It's why the show's around.
Yeah.
And they lend that friction that you need, the element of fear and terror, and it's the thing that it's the threat that hangs over you. The sword of Damocles is the zombie that's around the corner,
And they look so great. They're done so well on the show.
Yeah.
You couldn't ask for a better. Greg Nicotero kicks ass.
God, God, I'd like to eat some pizza with Greg Nicotero too. Really, with all of them. I'd just like to eat pizza with all of them. Yeah. Anyway, okay, good. My number one, and I bet I can predict what your number one's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Can I predict what your number one's going to be?
Probably the same as yours.
No, I don't
Okay.
think so.
Oh, okay. Wait, let me try to predict yours.
Okay.
Carol.
Yes. And yours is Rick.
We know each other really well.
Yeah, we really do. It's as if we've recorded 166 episodes of the podcast. Yeah.
And we're friends
All
for
right.
like 10 years before that.
Okay, so you can probably guess all the reasons I love Carol. She's transformed maybe more than any other character. Glenn certainly has transformed a lot since season 1, but I think Carol might have transformed even more than Glenn. She was really mousy at the beginning, and she has completely flowered into this, into
Psycho.
kind of...
No, I'm just kidding.
She does, she has made some very dubious choices.
But
that's for
different
sure.
than the mousy Carol would have made, for sure.
Oh, yeah. She's flawed, no doubt. And she's made crazy choices that I wouldn't have made. But I love her. I think she's really wonderful to watch and really fun to see what she does next. And, the scene that sort of sealed the deal for me is the, what's the name of that episode with Lizzie?
The Grove.
The Grove. Yeah. Look at the flowers. Yeah. Sorry, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it.
No.
Yeah. She's incredible, and she's hard-nosed and also deeply, deeply loves the entire group. And when she reunites with Daryl,
Yeah.
it was so sweet. I teared up, man. I admit it.
I was touched by his reaction too. It's like a little kid who has been away from his mom or something.
Yeah. You can tell they truly love each other. It's really lovely. So yeah, Carol.
Yeah, I thought about whether to add her to my list because I think she's a great character, but some of the things she's done has bothered me so much lately that I just can't bring myself to put her on my list. Then again, I have Shane on my list. I think maybe with time, that effect has worn off with Shane. Because I don't think he would have been on my list if I would have been making this list a couple of years ago.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
But she's a great character, and I'm really glad, that she's developed the way she has. So yeah, Rick. I like Rick even better than the zombies, and that's saying something.
Wow, that is saying.
I just love the way Andrew Lincoln plays the character. He has this air about him that, if you look at it, the decisions that he's made, a lot of them are kind of debatable, but he has this air that makes you want him to succeed anyway. And that I think if you were in a group, you would want to follow him and root for him. It's like he's struggling with this leadership, but he still seems so strong, And, it's just a really compelling character, and he's got a huge heart, and he's fierce. And he's so, I think just the conflicted nature of his character and just the kind of way that he changes over time is also a huge part of his appeal. He's unpredictable, and now I feel like this is another debate. This show's full of debates, but I feel like he's gone off the deep end and that he's going to need to pull back, and he's becoming kind of a savage. But other people think that he's doing exactly what needs to be done in this situation. And I can understand why people would think that. I just don't agree. But I still love his character.
Let's see what happens in the next half of the season.
I had some honorable mentions. Did you? Oh, what? You have more to say about Rick?
Well, just one more thing. He's not on my list at all, which is, looking back at it, I'm like, wow, that's kind of weird that he's not on my list. I have a lot of sort of side players. Like, Daryl's not on my list. Daryl wasn't on your list either.
Nope. Daryl's never been one of my favorites. I like Daryl, but he's never been one of my favorites.
Yeah, and maybe that's how I feel a little bit about Rick, too. I like Rick very much. I love Rick. But I would pick spending time with the other characters in part because I just think Rick's a great character, but I'm not sure he's as interesting, and he maybe doesn't make the same kind of choices that maybe that's not it either. I have a hard time articulating exactly what it is about Rick.
I feel that way about Daryl and Michonne, that they don't feel quite as complex to me. People love them because they're so capable, and to me that's awesome, but not as interesting.
Yeah, right. I know what you mean.
Although they both do have their flaws, especially Daryl. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. We can only pick 5.
Yeah, but we do have some honorable mentions. So you go ahead, and I have one.
Mine are Joe, who I thought was awesome.
Oh, can I tell you Can I tell you something about Jeff Kober? Mm-hmm. So the guy who plays Joe from the Claimers. Mm-hmm. I was watching, I'm a Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan, you know that I am. And I was rewatching one of the seasons of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And it's the next to the last season. And there is Jeff Kober playing this guy. If you like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, you remember this sorcerer named Rack. And Rack delves in dark magic. And he is this guy who delves in dark magic. And he's one of the key players, sort of key sideline players in the end of the next to last season of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And he's awesome. And I'm like, oh, why does he look familiar? He kind of looks familiar. And he's Joe from the Claimers. So
that guy, he's been in TV for a long time. I think he had a big role in China Beach. And I saw him recently, like a year ago, on an episode of New Girl with Zooey Deschanel. He was their landlord, and he was kind of a creepy but little smiley guy, and they were going to do a threesome with him or something. These young guys and Jeff Kober, and it was hilarious. And he was really good on it. And I asked him about it when, I had him on a panel one time, and he enjoyed talking about it. He's an interesting guy. He's all into meditation, and he kind of gives you gives you the business when you interview him.
Really?
Yeah, he does it with a twinkle in his eye,
Oh, I want to meet him.
Yeah, he's definitely one to meet. I think he's going to be in San Francisco, so maybe we could say hi to him.
Yes, please, and I can tell him how great he was on Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, as a matter of fact, he's going to be on the panel that you and I do together. So that'll be great.
Oh, man, watch out. I'm kind of weirdly Buffy. I'm like Buffy super fan, so.
So my other 2 honorable mentions are Lizzie, just because I thought her storyline was one of the best in the show so far.
Yep.
And it was just the way it played out, and that climactic ending was amazing. And then Milton, who is a really unique character, and I loved what he brought and how he acted and everything, and I'm sorry he had to go so soon.
Oh, that's good. Those are good choices. I have 2 runners up. Herschel, who I will love forever, just had so much sweetness about him and brought was the moral heart of the show for a long, long time. So Herschel, and I also love Scott Wilson. And Tara, Alana Masterson. She's really fun to watch. I think they give her some really funny lines. So
yeah, we got to talk to her at some point.
Yes, please.
Okay, good. So let's move on to our second half of the double feature. It's top 5 things zombies might be thinking. Oh wait, no, I forgot. I'm sorry. There's a couple listener responses to this one.
Okay,
you go first.
Okay, so the first listener response is from Christina Sowers, who writes, "My favorite character right now is Rick. Mentally, he is walking such a fine line right now between human and insane, but it is all for his family, so that is a twist that you have to consider."
Stacy Schumacher Swaney says, "We all have our favorites of the series who are regulars. I think more episodes with Merle would have been fun. Andrea was also a fun character. I would have liked to see more of Lizzie and Mika because to me they represented hope for a new generation." Well, so much for that.
Well, there's Judith.
Lastly, I wish Gareth was still here because he's so creepy, but I couldn't help liking him because he was such a hottie.
Yup. He's even more of a hottie in person. Gijo Putia writes, top 5 favorite characters. Rick Grimes, I feel I would have the same struggles as him, which is when to let the savage side out and when to show mercy. 2, Carl Grimes, although heartbreaking, I'm fascinated with how a zombie apocalypse would affect a growing child. 3, Negan. Fuckity fuck. Need I say more? Can't wait to see the TV version of this character. I don't know what that means. 4, the Zeds. Yeah, baby. And 5, Carol. TV show. Love her story arc from battered wife to badass ass kicker.
Good ones.
Thank you, Gijo.
Claudia Grigori says Shane, he is bad and erratic. Carl, he's growing to be the toughest, meanest character in the show. Yeah. Sasha will be the best shot in the show. Carol, she'll never look at the flowers. Never. Dale never lost his sense of humanity.
Oh, Dale. I love Dale too. Yeah. Sorry, Dale.
Dale
right.
with that tweaky eye that tweaky look he always gave. Like, what are you doing?
And his cute little hat, his little fishing hat. Jamie Glissano writes, Rosita because she's smoking hot, and Daryl, he's really the only character in the group I would want to ride out the apocalypse with.
I have a feeling Jamie would like a show with all Rositas.
and a couple Daryls.
And a couple Daryls thrown in for the mix. All right. Top 5 things a zombie is thinking. Can I go first?
Do it, man.
Number 5, brains. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. So I actually don't think that zombies think in language. I don't think we do a lot of the time either. I think when we're paying attention, we tend to form words in our thought, but most of the time it's more like impulses and feelings.
Just instinct.
Yeah, and just, like if something scares you, you just feel, but you don't think, oh my gosh, you just have this response, like emotional. And I don't think that it's hard to know for sure, because when you start focusing on your thoughts, then it tends to be more in language. But like a baby, what's a baby thinking? They don't even know how to talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, anyway, I think zombies are kind of like babies, and like all of us. But if you could put it into words, I think I've thought about this, and I think they're probably thinking, oh my God, this fucking hurts. I'm in hell. I've never felt anything close to this much suffering before. Ow. And the only thing that might possibly cure this deep, infinite burning pain is the taste of human flesh right now. So I think they only have two thoughts. One is, ouch, this hurts. And 2 is, if I eat that person, it might help me feel better.
Really? That's your top 5 list right there?
That's my number 5. I've got more.
Okay, I like that. I have one later on that's kind of similar. My number 5 is, why are people always trying to kill me?
Come on. I'm a good guy. What did I do? I even approached you slowly. Like, I didn't want to scare you. Well, my number 4, so maybe they're in pain. I think they're at least suffering. They just don't look happy, but they definitely don't react to pain. So they might just be hungry. They might just be like, I'm so hungry. And it's like animalistic craving that bubbles up whenever they see humans. Hungry, kill, kill, kill.
Yeah, I would agree with you completely. And also, my number 4 is actually really similar to that, which is, I've eaten 3 people. Why am I still so hungry?
Yeah. They're like, I mean, that's funny. They probably don't stop to think, hey, this isn't working, but it doesn't work. They just, no matter how much they eat, they're still hungry, it seems like.
Maybe there's an emptiness inside of them that they've been trying to fill with eating people, but really can only be filled with loving themselves.
I mean, I do that with Oreo cookies.
They're good. Oreos are good.
Mm-hmm. I'll be right back. No, I did buy a whole bag of Oreos the other day and finished it off in like 2 days.
Did you really?
Mm-hmm.